Hey family, hey, what's happening? What's happening? This is your sister Cynthia J, live right now on Instagram and Facebook and all social media platforms, scenes and screens. So tune in. Join in right now, right now, right now. This is the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable. I pray everybody day is well. Pray everybody is out there about to get home driving safely. Over here in the US, if you're on the East Coast, if you're on the West Coast, if you're in the Midwest, for those who are overseas in other countries, same here, same my love, share to you. Thank you for guys for joining in and tuning in. Today's broadcast is going to be a little shorter today. Your girl has to be somewhere else shortly to see some young youth, amazing youth, go out and perform today, sharing their talents and their most beautiful gifts. And I'm truly excited to want to see the youth get into things that is good for them to help uplift, to build them up, and to encourage them. We definitely need that. So, with that being said, again, thank you guys for tuning in to Cynthia J show today. I'm your co-host, your sister Cynthia J. As you are getting ready to see right at the bottom of the screen where it says holding us women accountable, our topic today will be on why are Black women not policing other Black women? Is the reason necessary? Think about that. So, with that being said, why aren't we policing each other? For those who might not be on yet, I'm still going to give some time. Once you get up here and you notice that, definitely take the time to allow what you are tuning in to marinate right now. Why are other not policing each other? Other women, other sisters. Why aren't we not policing each other? Something to think about. Something really to think about. Why do we think so? Why don't we know? Why don't we do that? Why are we not holding each other accountable, policing each other when we see things are being done wrong in the sight of us? This is something really good to think on. As you're taking the time to think on this, I'm going to be mentioning a few things. So tomorrow, your sister will be live with a co-host tomorrow in Nigeria. So if you're on my social media platforms, please stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. If you're on my social media platforms, please stay tuned. On Cynthia J on Facebook, Cynthia J Gospel on Instagram, Cynthia J on Twitter, and Cynthia J on TikTok and other amazing platforms I am on. You could also check me out on my website as well, so stay tuned on that. So I'm truly excited for the opportunity to be live again in Nigeria for a live interview. It will be happening tomorrow morning here in the East Coast, 9 a.m. But in Nigeria, it will be at 3 p.m., which is about a 5 to 6 hour difference. So again, if anyone is tuning in live on Facebook, Instagram, or any other platform, streams, please share with family members, sisters, friends, whoever it may be. Again, I am truly excited and I thank you guys for also tuning in for today's show. I'm also going to also broadcast that your sister has been nominated for the Elite Business Women. So I'm truly excited and thank you for this opportunity for those who took the time to think of your dear sister and nominate me. It is definitely a privilege and an honor, and I'm truly excited. Also, I was nominated for Whammy a week and a half ago, and I'm truly excited for that too as well. So if you haven't got a chance, January 31st is the last day to finish voting for Whammy. This is right here in Washington, D.C. And get up on air, get on my page if you can. On Whammy, you have to register. Once you get on their website, you have to click on their menu bar and hit the judge button if it allows you to do that. If not, you have to register. And then after you register, then you have to sign in to go in to vote. I did check that out. That's what I was told. And I was just like, okay, it's a little long, very long, but sure they could make it a little easier for everybody. Yet again, I'm truly excited about it. Last but not least, again, your sister is just waiting for this season with the Gospel Choice Award, which should be coming up again soon this year. And y'all keep a lookout for that. Keep me in prayer. Next month, we'll be having Black History Month, and I will be performing at another location back in Lancaster County, as most people pronounce it as Lancaster, but it's Lancaster County, Virginia, for Black History Month. Truly excited about that as well. And other amazing events that's coming up. So just stay tuned. Just keep a lookout on all social media platforms and just chime in. Thank you for showing the support and love. I am really excited about this. So this episode here, definitely share it. This is episode 6 now. And if you haven't got a chance to see, you need to put that in here. Episode 6, episode 6. I am definitely grateful about what God is doing, why he is doing it, and how we are coming about. So again, today's topic, why aren't us women policing each other? Policing meaning holding each other accountable. Why Black sisters are not doing that? How you doing, Brother Moody? I see you. Why aren't us Black sisters policing each other when we see each other doing something wrong? When we see that we're not handling ourselves in a manner as we should? Because if we don't hold each other accountable, then we allow for each generation to reenact in the same manner. So as a lady, yes, good afternoon, my brother. How are you, love? Thank you for chiming in. Share this to a sister too now. Bring some brothers in here. I love having brothers come in and chime in and give their personal experience with us women and how we can help each other become better mates for one another and support each other. So definitely do that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for always chiming in. And I thank you just for your presence. So, but to get back on topic, why are us Black sisters not policing each other enough? We're not policing each other enough due to the fact is that We're not holding each other accountable. If you look at what you see on the television with television shows now and TV shows, like I'll use an example over here in America, Love and Hip Hop, it gives it the imagery that we are supposed to just carry ourselves like harlots. That's the biblical term that they use, harlots. Now you hear people use uh, mistresses, or I don't like to use the word because it undignifies to women, but you know, they say hoes. And so, with that being said, we are allowing so much of what we do. How are you, Sister Brown? I see you, love. We are allowing so much of what we do to be accepted that it's okay. And then you wonder why you get receive the results that you receive. And this is something I always, tell my young youth, and I've had previous conversation this week, is that when you're out here, are you allowing yourself as a woman to be a mystery? Are you allowing yourself and carrying yourself in a manner and tapping into your feminine side that will make you blossom beautifully? Not in a way where you sit back and you be like, okay, well, why am I always attracting this type of person? Or why am I always angry and being direct and being the way that I am when a man talks to me, or a sister talks to me, or whoever it may be? Think about that. Because a lot of times these situations occur because it was never corrected. It was never corrected. And we continue to let it continue to go on. We really do. We really do. And I see it happen a lot. I really see this happen a lot with our generation now, that things are not being corrected due to the fact is that you see what you see at home. I was having this conversation a week ago, and I realized, just like everyone else does, is that we women allow these to happen because no one takes the time to make a change to break these generational issues. Think back during tribal days. The women carried themselves still in a way where you can see that there was beauty in them. They were in a group of women who was teaching each other how to be women. And I'm not talking about any type of woman we know today, because we only got bits and pieces of it. But a woman who walked in grace, and a woman that walked in dignity, the woman that walked, and the power that will follow behind her will be amazing. How are you, sister, my prophetess? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Oh, thank you, my love. Blessings to you. Yes. And so when you think about it, why are we still falling in the same traps? Why are we still continuing to accept and allow the woman, the body, the beauty of a woman to be devalued? Because it's being taught that way. It's being taught that way at home, from previous, or they learning it from in society. Society teaches it on social media, through the internet, and so many other ways. And the sad thing about it is that it's not being corrected at all. It's only a few that is trying to, but we need more help. Not all of us can carry this alone. We need more help. That's why, if you want to take it, biblically, the word of God said, the harvest is plenty, but the labors are few. Have plenty of the harvest, but there are not enough labors to help mold these harvests to blossom beautifully. So if you see a sister out in public, for a good example, and I've seen this before, and even I've been corrected, and I thank God, and I thank, consistently those who play a major part in my life on their life experience and what they show me and what I've seen that help better me from learning from. I've seen where supposed to be women, but I call them females because some of them don't desire to change. Some of them don't know how to change because they're angry too. And as I see them when they out here, I'll see the way how they talk to their man, their husband, their spouse, their partner. And I'll be like, Dad, why are you talking to him like that? And I can feel that piercing right here. And then you can see how it just makes that woman just look so unbeautiful. It gives that look of not looking beautiful. You start to look ugly to a person when they see how you are being. It's like you covering up with your emotions and you just want to lash out and you just putting it out on people. Then you say, okay, why am I not in a relationship? This is one of the reasons why. Because you haven't worked on you. You don't take in what others have given you to learn from, to try to work on you. That's one of the reasons why a lot of times sisters can't go out here today now policing other women, because they know if they go out here and say something, another sister's ready to jump on another sister, ready to fight her, have something nasty out of her mouth to say, hold a grudge. They'll start to come out in something from their past. Let's say you and I knew each other from childhood, right? And you knew the things that I did from my past. And I become to learn and try myself to become a better woman. The God within me, that I am, start to change within me to make me become more graceful, more humble, learn to value myself. And then one day, if I come to correct you in a loving way, all of a sudden, bombs and explosion goes off. Because you took what I said coming from a loving place, stated in a loving place, and was said it was coming from a loving place, hurt you. Because you didn't like the truth, but you rather keep walking in the lie, but you didn't like the truth. So then you take something from my past and throw it some people would say, a low blow, or throw it in your face, or to try to hurt me. I'm using me as an example. But that's other ways when you try to police a Black sister out of love. And then these are the aftermaths you receive from it. So learning from that is one of the reasons why we are not policing each other. We're not policing each other on, hey, if you want to better yourself, do things that will help you in the long run, that you will benefit from. Like, there's sisters out here now that don't know how to cook. Some of them were never taught. They didn't come around elders, older women, or younger, because there's some young girls out here now that can cook. Right here, I've met a young lady that has her own bakery company right in Spotsylvania, Stafford, Fredericksburg area. Young girl, baking pound cake. It took one person to encourage her, and it was an elder, her aunt. It starts there. The thing about that is, some of us have lost our way, and we don't know how to take in policing. It's almost like when people say take in good criticism, even when it hurts. But you're quick to take the bad criticism and run with it. Why? Why? That's a question we should ask some of our sisters out here. Why? And is it necessary what you're taking in? Is it necessary to live your life a way that you're disappointed on the feedback of what you're receiving, But then you don't take the feedback from someone who's coming from a loving place, who's been where you've been, to help jumpstart you in finding out who you are and whose you are and who you represent. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to wait when it's too late. You don't. So it's very important that we take the time to go out here and help our sisters do better by showing. And the one thing, like for me growing up, I used to always figure that, okay, if I reveal something of my body just to attract the man, I would feel better. You know, we don't think about those things. You're absolutely right, sister. It is a generational curse. It's just on Facebook. I'm going to read it to you guys on Instagram. It's a generational curse that must be broken, and somewhere we must start and do better. We weren't taught to let things slide, the truth, but to lash out because truth hurts. We must do better, come together as one, and understand that criticism is to help you, not to break you, but the truth shall set you free. And that is so true. God bless you, prophetess. That is so true. The truth does set us free. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to hurt in a loving way so that you can be released. The truth is a power word. It's a powerhouse word of releasing. And I love how she put that. It is a generational issue. It comes from generation, and it doesn't have to be like in a family or generational curse. It's just a generation within our people. It could be a generation in society because it started to become a habit, a chore, accepted. Because what we're doing now was an agenda to cause dysfunction. It was cause dysfunction to break us. So how did they start? It starts by the woman. It started by the woman. Because women, we are emotional creatures. Not saying that men don't go through it. They do. But women, we are the first target. If you take it biblically, think back to the word of God in the book of Genesis. Who was the first target? Eve was. Beautiful as she was, loving in creation as she was created. The first target. So us women, we are the first target. But some of us have to know when enough is enough. And it's only a few that come out within that generation. Some chosen star seeds that come out. Yes, yes, indeed. You're right about that. We are emotional creatures. Ooh, why do this to us? It's because if we're targeted first, it weakens our Black men. It weakens our tribe. It weakens our family. It weakens our bond. It weakens the faith. It weakens the strength. It pulls from the root, and it wants to get it from the root to weaken it. You've heard me say this before, like the Avatar, the new Avatar that came out. I don't know if you got some of you guys actually went to see it, or even if you've seen the first one. And as you see there, you see how they try to keep coming back. The enemy is very cunning. When I say the enemy, it comes from all sectors. It doesn't have to come from the spiritual realm. It's still here. Because on earth, we're still living in hell. But the enemy comes in so many dynamic angles. And once he finds another way, he'll come in, bam. We back him away. We casting them out. We fighting against them. And then they wait for a while. They say, okay, they strong. They root strong right now. That's how the Avatar the movie was. Their root was strong. They was divinely connected to the ancestors. And nothing could break that bond unless someone there gets overridden. And sometimes it's the strong ones that get convinced. It's not always the weak ones that get hit first or attacked first. It could be the strong ones first. Because they figure if they weaken the strong one first, they can get to the small, weaker ones. But at times, it also takes time. It takes a lot of time to catch it. So that's something to think about. Seriously. And so with that being said, you know, if y'all looking right now, if so, what happened from generation to generation? What methods not being used? What happened to us? What stopped us women from policing each other? Us sisters from holding each other accountable? What stopped us? What did we cause to stop us? Why did we let it? In some cases, we didn't let it. Others did. In other cases, we did. We allowed it. We did nothing about it, yet we allowed it. So, just sit there and just meditate on that for a moment. Dissect it. Because I know from generation to generation, for me, I know that it was allowed. It was allowed because somebody wanted to change. Somebody said, hey, I'm not going to do this like how my parents did. Some just went with the flow, accepted it. Say, hey, this is how life is for me. I guess I'll just do with it. And never changed it. So then their children start to learn it. Their children start to deal with it. Their children accepted it. So then they teach their children, and their children teach. And it's never been dealt with. And that's the reason why we continue to have these issues that we're having. This is why we haven't learned from it, because it has not been dealt with. We haven't learned from it because it hasn't been handled. We haven't learned from it because it's not being talked about. Because not every household has a person who is not ignorant to the devices of the world. Because majority of households today are being ignorant to devices that are going on in your families, in your workplaces, wherever you are at. And it's sad. It hurts. And it makes you just wonder, what can we do about this? Because it's only a few chosen starseeds out here that can handle this. You are one of them, sister. So if you see that sister, go to her. That's how we can learn from this. Go to her. We're not going to each other anymore. Has this issue affected young Black women? Yes, it has. It has affected young Black women tremendously. I was talking with my daughter a few days ago. She showed me this YouTube short. And this YouTube short was like a little video game. You could tell it was Asian. And what I mean by that, because TikTok, as we know, is owned by those from overseas. But the way it was being done on YouTube shorts, it was like a video game, a robotic, kind of like Robot. I mean, can't even get out today. The game that most all the kids play. Roblox. There you go. And so anyway, it's saying parents are liars, such and such and such and such. And I was like, whoa, this is detouring kids from listening to their parents now. It's conditioning. It's conditioning the mind. They're brainwashing us. And I had to tell my daughter, but I'm glad she shared it with me. And she said, Mommy, well, they say parents lie. Now, I can't disagree with it because there are some parents out there that do lie. They do. Yet, there are really good parents out there that have never lied to their kids. They might not tell their kids everything, but they never lied to their kids. Never. And I told her, I said, parents have to protect for a reason. I said, like my generation and ones before me, they created the internet, these some of these websites, these electronics, Google, so forth. And with that being said, we know the devices that's going behind what's supposed to be meant for good being misused. Now we know in the world we have to have balance. Yet, look what it's doing. You see more of the dysfunctional stuff corrupting our children. That's why our kids are out here doing what they're doing. That's why sisters, black sisters out here doing what they're doing. Marketing, sex sells, showing body parts, the masculinity, and not tapping into your femininity. Then you wonder why we out here trying to rule and run our men. And then you wonder why you have weak brothers out here. Because of some sisters who haven't taught them how to appreciate women or have them around some very good influencing men. I don't even like to use the word mentor. To me, it's been colonized. I like to use the word influence, who has a major impact on the young men to build them, to make them men of valor, mature men, so that they will be able to protect, secure, and do so much more for their families, to love on their wives, walking in honor and dignity. How can they do that if my sisters out here are not being policed, not being held accountable? That's some deep stuff to think about. Think about that. Why? Not being held accountable at all. It's very dangerous. It's so dangerous that it's decreasing the unity of the black woman and the black man in the black race. We're not holding ourselves accountable. Now, it's also showing that we allow for certain things to happen. We accepted other outside things that has caused us to continue to be the way we are. So women out, sisters out here who being in multiple relationships, having different children by different men, yet doing the things that they do that devalues them in multiple areas, yet not being corrected. Or if they have been corrected and they still make that choice, then we just have to leave that sister alone and keep it moving and go for those, who need the help until the prodigal sister comes back. And that is something to really think on. We don't hold each other accountable anymore. We really don't. We need to fix this. We need to correct this. So it starts by going out here in the community, gathering up sisters, not for no woman march, this feminist march. No, sisters warriors, prayer warriors, goddesses, and queens in the community to come together to raise and build and mold and love and cherish and beautify and help that beautiful seed grow and blossom into a lily, a dandelion, a rose, a tulip. So many other beautiful creations. It's time for that. We need it back. So that's why it's so important. If you see a sister do something wrong, release her. Hold her accountable. Let her know. Let her know you're there for her. Love on her. And even when you did it, and you did all you can do, and they don't learn from it, you did your best. You did your best. So don't allow your energy to be drained. Your oil is very precious and valuable. It is to go out there and to help others, to save others, to uplift others, and to do so much more. So I share with you guys. Hold your sisters accountable. Hold your sisters accountable. Hold yourself in so many ways. Hold yourself accountable. For real. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, who else gonna do it? We have to teach each other to hold each other accountable. Even to hold ourselves and police ourselves. Because if we don't, we will never learn. I love it when I can hear a child who's been corrected come back and say, I'm sorry. It took a time, a moment to pull to the side. Then they realize, I'm sorry. That's something to think about. That's something to hold on to. That is something to really take the time to and allow yourself to meditate on. So I leave you with this one thing. And you ask yourself this. Are you holding yourself accountable for whatever you've been doing, maybe doing, or thinking on, or already decided to do? Are you holding your sister, your aunt, your mother, your friend, your coworker accountable out of love, not anger? Because love comes in so many ways. Are you holding them accountable? God bless you all for joining in today. I pray that this has encouraged you, uplift you. If you definitely like to reach me, look and click on my link tree, Cynthia J link tree link in the bio and all social media platforms. Click on that and you'll be able to find, you can email me, reach me any way, shape, or form. Soon, I'll be posting it up within a month or so of putting more advertisements out there with a list on the pricing stuff. So keep an eye on that. Your sister, Cynthia J, aka still looking for sponsorships to go out here and minister the word of God through songs. I've been asking plenty places to come to, but due to so much financial put out, help your sister out here. It would definitely be a privilege and an honor for you and to the Most High to go out here and share what was given in spirit to inspire, to encourage, to uplift, to build, and to love them. So I salute you All my beautiful Black goddesses and gods, I salute you, my princesses and prince. Always remember, know yourself by knowing who you are. Learn your history, your true divine history, and not what's been taught to you in public schools. Know who you are. Teach your family because even children, God uses to bring to the kingdom. I love you all. God bless you all. Enjoy your evening. Be safe out here. Tomorrow, don't forget to tune in 9 a.m. in the morning. You'll see your sister, Cynthia J. Live, her interview across the Nigeria. Check out all my music on my link and on all social media platforms. All you got to do is type in Cynthia J and the name of the song, and it's there. I love you guys. May the ancestors and the Lord be with you. God bless. Shalom. Peace and love.